It's not like he's just sort of out there.
Yeah, it's unfortunate that Austin Reeves got hurt and Luka got hurt.
Yeah, but no, I haven't talked to him since the season ended.
Adam Silver's grip on the game is starting to slip, and the shockwave begins with LeBron James making a move nobody in the league office saw coming. Behind closed doors, the King locked in his $52.6 million option with the Los Angeles Lakers for 2025 to 26, his historic 23rd season. No one's ever gone this far. But that deal? It's just the setup. When the season ends, LeBron hits 2026 as a fully unrestricted free agent.
Project B is very ambitious and completely different from everything what we seen until now.
No safety net, no strings, just power. The Lakers still hold his bird rights, meaning they can throw a monster $59 million plus deal his way. But here's the catch: that kind of contract could choke their ability to build around Luka Doncic and the rest of the roster. So now the rumors explode: a Cleveland homecoming, a Warriors ring chase, even a discount deal for one last title run. Every option is live and every team is watching. But while the NBA scrambles, something bigger is brewing overseas. Enter Project B, a global touring basketball league backed by tech power players like Grady Burnett and Jeff Prentice. Think Formula One meets hoops, worldwide stops, free YouTube streams, massive salaries, and even equity stakes for players. It launches with a women's league in late 2026, with a men's version right behind. Now here's where it gets dangerous.
This is a revolution, because for the first time, players would not play for the clubs.
Maverick Carter, LeBron's right-hand man, since Akron days, steps in as an advisor and board member. Officially, he's just helping. Unofficially, nothing tied to Carter moves without LeBron's shadow looming over it. Then comes Misko Raznatovic, the Serbian super agent who represents Nikola Jokic and dominates European basketball. Project B brings him in, and suddenly, the pipeline to global talent is wide open. And that viral St. Tropez yacht photo?
Players will play for the league, and it's like really different.
LeBron, Carter, and Misko all in one frame. That wasn't vacation. That was a signal. The NBA isn't just dealing with free agency drama anymore. It's staring down a rival ecosystem with money, power, and LeBron James orbiting at the center. Because this isn't about where LeBron plays next. It's about whether he's about to change where the game itself gets played. Completely different. Those are the super agent's own words. And this is the man who pulled up to that yacht meeting after the investor group told him the project needed his European expertise. On Serbian podcast 6.75 range, Ms. Coco described the whole setup classic business. A group of investors looking to build something with what he called European flavor, a league that would, in his own framing, compete with the NBA. His exact words on the structure:
About 15% of our league now is made up of European players.
Players do not play for clubs. Players play for the league itself. Equity, salaries, touring circuit, the whole operation, flipping the traditional sports business model upside down. And Ms. Coco did not stop there. Really different. That's not hype, that's Misko Raznatovic spelling out a blueprint that could rattle the entire league. When Project B's investors called, the message was blunt: build something new. Misko linked up with Maverick Carter, secured a consultant role. And next thing you know, there's a quiet yacht meeting with LeBron James in St. Tropez. That wasn't casual networking, that was power aligning. Meanwhile, Adam Silver stepped up publicly, calling Carter a friend, and brushing off Project B with a calm line: competition is good. Sounds relaxed until you realize commissioners don't say that unless they feel pressure. That's not comfort.
I think for the betterment of European basketball, the best outcome would be if we came together with the EuroLeague here.
That's awareness. Silver keeps LeBron front and center, openly admitting the NBA isn't ready for life after him. He downplays injuries, avoids contract talk, and hopes LeBron, Stephen Curry, and Kevin Durant keep carrying the league. Even the All-Star snub? Handled with silence. No drama, just control. But behind the curtain, the NBA is moving fast, partnering with FIBA to launch NBA Europe by 2027 or 2028. Silver knows the map is shifting, and he's racing to plant flags before someone else does. Because while the NBA expands, Project B is recruiting, connecting, and quietly building leverage. And when the most powerful league in basketball starts preparing for competition, it's not a warning, it's proof the game is already changing. 15% of the NBA and climbing every single draft class. Silver wants NBA Europe structured with balanced competition, not a top-heavy soccer-style model, where 3 teams win everything. And at the March 2026 owners meeting, the commissioner laid out the collaboration piece. Coming together. That's the pitch. That's the promise. That's the future the league keeps selling while the present quietly fractures behind the scenes. Meetings are already in motion with giants like Real Madrid, FC Barcelona, and Paris Saint-Germain. Regular season NBA games are penciled in for global stages Manchester, Paris, Berlin stretching into 2027 and 2028. Commissioner Adam Silver is sketching out NBA Europe like it's already inevitable. But while that blueprint gets polished in public, a different machine is humming in the shadows driven by Maverick Carter, and it's swallowing headlines whole. And every piece of this puzzle circles one loaded, uncomfortable question. When LeBron James finally walks away, where does his empire land? Because for nearly a decade, LeBron hasn't been subtle. He's been broadcasting a plan in plain sight. It started back in 2016. On his own platform, he said it outright he wanted to own a team. Not maybe, not someday. A year later, he doubled down. By 2019, he wasn't hinting anymore, he was declaring. No hesitation, no backup plan. Ownership wasn't a dream, it was the next move. And he built for IT to IN 2011. He linked with Fenway Sports Group, a quiet move that turned into a power play. A stake in Liverpool FC. Then deeper ties. Then in 2021, history. LeBron and Carter became the first black partners in FSG. That portfolio? Massive Boston Red Sox, Liverpool, and more. That was supposed to be the war chest, the foundation, the launch pad. Then came 2022, and the target snapped into focus. Las Vegas. LeBron said it, repeated it, then stood in Vegas after a preseason game and basically pitched the league on camera. I want the team here, Adam. That wasn't a player talking. That was a future owner making a public bid. Silver didn't push back. He leaned in, called it great for the ecosystem. Vegas? A perfect expansion city. Everything lined up. The narrative wrote itself. LeBron retires, leads a Vegas ownership group backed by FSG, walks into the boardroom the same way he walked into greatness inevitable. Then 2026 happened, and the math blew it all up. Expansion fees didn't land at $2 to $3 billion. They detonated into the $7 to $10 billion range. Overnight, the price of entry became a billionaire filter on steroids. That kind of number doesn't need stars. It needs institutions. That FSG looked at it and walked out. No drama, no statement, just a cold, calculated exit. And just like that, the entire structure behind LeBron's ownership dream collapsed. No financial engine, no safety net, just a massive gap between ambition and reality. Then came March 19th, 2026, that when LeBron James finally walks away, where does his empire land? Because for nearly a decade, LeBron hasn't been subtle. He's been broadcasting a plan in plain sight that IT started back in 2016. On his own platform, he said it outright he wanted to own a team. Not maybe, not someday. A year later, he doubled down. By 2019, he wasn't hinting anymore, he was declaring. No hesitation, no backup plan. Ownership wasn't a dream, it was the next move, and he built for it. After a win, LeBron got asked a question, the same one he'd been answering for years. Ownership? His answer, no, not at all. 3 words. 10 years gone, no walk back. No clarification, no we'll see. Just a hard stop, and the reaction? Chaos. Some fans called the strategy a smokescreen before a quieter entry later. Others saw reality. Even at roughly $1.4 billion net worth, LeBron can't front a $10 billion franchise without heavy backing. And that backing just bailed. Critics? They pounced. Said he flipped. Again. Same script, different chapter. Meanwhile, league insiders barely blinked. To them, it wasn't drama, it was logic. The numbers changed. The move changed. And quietly, The NBA might prefer it this way, that a LeBron-led ownership group would have been a branding jackpot, but also a power shift. Imagine him in the owner's circle, carrying more cultural gravity than half the room combined. That's not just business, that's influence the league can't fully control. Now, clean slate, open bidding, no superstar shadow looming over every deal. Names like Magic Johnson and Bill Foley start floating. Deep-pocketed groups step in. The race continues just without the king. And LeBron? He pivots back to the only thing still fully under his control. The game, year 23. Age 41. Still producing. Still dictating wins. Still adapting that he's no longer dominating every possession. Now he picks his spots, plays off-ball more, shares the load with Luka Doncic, and still delivers numbers most players would kill for. But it hasn't been clean. Injuries. Load management. That insane double-digit scoring streak dead. All-star starting streak over. Controversial no calls with officials. Heated moments. Even rule change suggestions that sparked backlash. Every move gets magnified now. Every slip feels historic, and yet the flashes are still there. Triple doubles. Vintage performances. Emotional returns to Cleveland. Moments that feel like endings even when he refuses to call them that. Because when it comes to retirement, LeBron is doing what he's always done, controlling the narrative. He said it's close. Then said, maybe not. Then said nothing. No farewell tour. No timeline. Just one consistent message. You'll know when I tell you that so here we are. The Vegas dream? Parked. The global NBA vision? Expanding. The retirement clock? Ticking but unseen. And the king? Still playing, still producing, still rewriting expectations in real time. Because maybe the real twist isn't that LeBron's empire doesn't have a clear landing spot, yet it's that even now, at the edge of the end, he's still the one deciding when the story actually ends, and who gets left behind when it does.